Hi everyone and welcome back to the Breakdown. Today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 best faction servers that are currently out there. We went through all of the top faction servers out there currently right now, ranked them, looked at what the best ones are, threw some of them out that were the top servers on some of the servers lists. No, they're not the top servers. We threw them out and added some awesome ones in here. So it's going to be incredible. These are going to be the best places for you to play factions. All the IPs of these servers are listed in the description down below. First though, what if you wanted to start your own faction server? Well, if you did, the best place to do it is Apex Minecraft Hosting. You can check out Apex at the first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex, to get a faction server set up in literally just a few clicks. They have a pre-set up faction set up for 1.8 and 1.12.2, depending on what kind of faction server you are running to run. So whether it's a 1.8 based server or a 1.12 based server, they have both options and both can be set up in just one click, and then boom, you're good. You're good to get your friends in there, start growing your server. No worry about setup. Apex has you covered. So if you want an awesome faction server set up by yourself and basically ran by you, you can check out Apex at the first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex. But if that's not the case and you want to play on a faction server, a big faction server that's out there, that's growing, that has all of that awesome stuff going on, well then here is our list of the top 5 best faction servers. Now, first on our list is actually our server, and that is play.breakdowncraft.com. Now, before you groan and say, oh, why are you including your server on the first of the list, and it's so bad, Nick, oh my god, all this stuff, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. But let me tell you about these features, because I guarantee if you go through all of these and then go to the top server list out there and look at 7 other videos and all that stuff, you won't find a faction server better than ours. I guarantee it. And if, you disagree, but that's the facts. Because we went out there, we looked at all those other servers, right? We made this list way before we started, and then we went back and revisited it, and we're the best. So guess what? We have custom tools, right? We have things like trench pickaxes, tray pickaxes, TNT wands, crowbars, all that awesome stuff. We have XP bombs. We have great voting crate perks, right? So your votes are actually going to mean something because you can win some pretty awesome stuff just from voting, and then the crate keys you get from voting are also pretty awesome. So great stuff there. You're going to love voting and love the stuff that you can get from voting on play.breakdowncraft.com factions. We have stacked spawners. We're 1.8 based, right? So we have 1.8 based, true 1.8 PvP. We are focused on being lag-free, as lag-free as possible. We run a custom, incredibly custom version of paper in order to get the server lag-free during TNT. Raiding is encouraged, right? We want you to raid. We want you to PvP. We want you to take over the top faction. We want you to go out there and get things done. We also have faction upgrades, right? So if you have a faction, you can upgrade it, upgrade your faction's chest, upgrade your faction power, upgrade your faction farming speed and XP that you can get. It's all upgradable via your faction, which is pretty cool. We also have a custom professions/job setup. We went in there, we took the jobs plugin, right? We did, and then we said we're going to make it our own. We're going to make it custom. So we custom did everything specifically designed for factions. Some of the servers on this list, right? They're great servers, sure, but some of the servers just took jobs and threw it in there. And that's all we did. We wanted something custom, something unique, something special. And that's what we did. We went in and we custom did everything when it comes to jobs. We also have mobs coins, gin buckets, money notes, and so much more. It is insane. There is nothing that Play.BreakdownCraft doesn't have. It's lag-free, it is incredible, it's 1.8 based, and you will love it. Additionally, last but not least, we have global ranks. Meaning if you do buy a rank for factions, and 6 months from now you say, you know what, I want to try out survival, your rank will transfer to survival. A lot of the servers on this list don't have that. They have a rank just for factions, and if you go to another server on their server, it's not going to transfer. Not with BreakdownCraft. All the ranks are global. If you buy our stone rank or our emerald rank on factions, you're going to have perks on our medieval survival servers, on our Skyblock server, all that stuff. So that is what you can expect at BreakdownCraft. So come play with us. We've got a great community. You'll absolutely love it. The best faction server out there by far. IP is play.breakdowncraft.com. That IP and all the other IPs I mentioned in this video are in the description down below. As you can see, play.breakdowncraft has been up here in the top the entire time. Now it's going to start switching to the other IPs. We don't want to be, unfair here. If we're talking about a server, their IP is going to go up here at the top. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. But moving on, we have Vortex PvP, and their IP, well, is mc.vortexpvp.gg. That's mc.vortexpvp.gg. And when you join into Vortex, you're going to notice they have a pretty unique faction server, and in fact, it's moon factions. And that's something that I personally like. I love space, and all of their different servers are space related, and their faction server is moon factions. When you join in, it's on the moon, it's in space, and that is pretty cool. They do have a main world that is PvP only, right? So when you join in and jump down, there's a main world that's PvP only. You can't, build and things like that in that world. All it's going to be is battling for your gear and everything, right? That's where it's going to be. if you want a PvP. But then they also have an asteroid world for base building and raiding and things like that. So if you want to build your base, get all that set up, they have an asteroid world where you can go over there and you can build a base, get it set up, get it raid proof, and then raid people if you want. So that is pretty cool as well. They have a printer, stack spawners, custom crates, and then they do have an infinite collectors and crop mob drop, right? So infinite and crop / mob collectors. Basically, that's going to be a thing where you automatically collect your crops for you whenever you are, getting crops and all that stuff. A pretty cool feature and relatively unique for this server. There are more features there, but those are the top ones for this server. We try to go through as many as we can. But Vortex PvP's real big thing is having that main PvP world and then having that separate world for building and resources and all that stuff. So that's a pretty cool setup. It's not something I've seen there. As well as their theming is really cool. They really do stick to that space theme, and that's something that I like to see. If you're looking for a true awesome PvP, this is going to be a great place to do it because you can literally go jump into the PvP world and say, hey, I'm looking to kill some people. That sounded horrible, but nevertheless, you can go in there and say, I am looking to PvP and take some people down. So, awesome stuff there. Moving on, we do have MC Central. Their IP is simply mc-central.net. That is mc-central.net. They have bounties, which is pretty cool if you like PvP. You want some incentive, you can place a bounty on someone, or better yet, you can get the bounty on someone. If someone else has placed a bounty, you can go kill that person and get the bounty for the person that was sent up. Basically be a bounty hunter and get the reward. So pretty cool stuff there. There's custom enchants on this server, and they're pretty good custom enchants. They might even be custom to this server. Some of them I had never seen before and only seen on a few other servers, so that's something that's pretty unique about this. They also have a huge /shop. So when you /shop, there's a ton of stuff there with a ton of different options. They don't really limit you of what you can buy on /shop. So if you can get a good thing going in the economy, you can get stuff back via the /shop. They have a very active auction house and a very active player base from what I've seen on their server. They do have the Outpost PvP system. Now this is more unique, right, and more unique to their server, and basically it means there are 2 different outposts, and it's kind of like King of the Hill, but it's in its own world and it's in its own setup, and when you jump into an outpost, basically one faction controls that outpost until another faction kills them and takes them over. Whoever has the most kills and is controlling most of the outpost wins that round of the King of the Hill of the Outpost game. So that's pretty cool. It's a little mini game built into their factions, and it really makes things fun and makes things unique when it comes to like the PvP and getting people active in PvP and stuff like that, which can be a problem sometimes if you are, spread out in a big server. It can be hard to get people to PvP, and that's not an issue with MC Central because of this epic custom King of the Hill style Outpost PvP system that I've really never seen anywhere else when it comes to factions. So pretty cool stuff there. ViperMC is up next on our list, coming in 4th. Play.vipermc.net is their IP. Again, that is play.vipermc.net. That IP and all the others in the description. Now, this is our first true hardcore factions server. What's hardcore factions? Well, it's a bit more over the top. It's a bit more dedicated. It's a bit more difficult. It is hardcore, and it is really, really fun, if you ask me. In many ways, hardcore factions is better than normal factions, but it is a bit more over the top. So, on their hardcore faction server at play.vipermc.net, you are going to find custom kits and enchantments. Pretty cool custom enchants there as well. They also have some awesome kits. Their kits are like OP, I would say, but it's hardcore faction, so they're not really OP, but like there's a lot in there. It's also a fast-paced faction server. You're going to find that with hardcore factions. It's going to be a little more fast-paced than just normal factions, but overall, it is fast-paced, and they encourage it. They want you to move fast, make a lot of money, move fast, get things done, set up your base, go, go, go. That is how ViperMC kind of runs it. Now, one of the things that I do want to mention here is that you must join on an older client. I personally used 1.8.9 to join ViperMC, but if you try to join on the latest version, I personally couldn't get in. It would not let me in on the latest version, so I would recommend 1.8.9 when joining ViperMC. You might find that 1.12 works or whatever, but I used 1.8.9 and it was perfectly fine. I asked what natively it was, and I believe this is a 1.8.9 server as well natively, so that can help there. Now, there are a ton of crates. I was overwhelmed by how many crates they had, whether it's, spring crates and like things like that, or just like their custom crates that are there all the time. There's tons of crate options, so if you love crate keys, that's the way to go. The active community was there as well, and they were pretty responsive when I did join in. And then last but not least, there are regular resets on ViperMC, meaning things are never going to get boring. They do encourage fast-paced movement, so they're going to have to do a bit more resets than most faction servers, and they take ownership of that and do quite a few resets, meaning you're always going to have something fresh. And if, let's say, someone runs away, a faction runs away with the season, no worries, a new season is coming shortly. Now, last but not least, we do have Complex Gaming on our list. Their IP is hub.mc-complex.com. Again, that is hub.mc-complex.com. And this server kind of made the list because it seemed a bit more friendly. It seemed a bit nicer than some of the other servers. At BreakdownCraft, we try our best to create a good community, but factions in and of itself is kind of like backstabbing and stuff, and Complex Gaming didn't see that so much. They do have bounties for killing other players. They have an out-of-the-box job setup, so, you know, it's not custom or anything. It's just straight. They drop the plugin in. Might have changed some of how the economy worked, but it didn't really look like it. Sort of set up for jobs. And they do have a unique /shop. Not seen that anywhere else before. Their /shop is truly unique to their own, and they've got their own prices there and things like that, so good job there. And then drop-down PvP spawn. So this is something that I wanted to include here because, to me, there's two kinds of faction servers. There are the kind of faction servers that kind of have a square spawn, and then all around that's the wilderness. And then there's the kind that has a floating spawn, and then everything when you drop down is PvP. And that is the case with Complex Gaming. They have this big floating spawn, and then when you drop down, everything is PvP, and you are on your own. You gotta run to get out of the wilderness, or you can RTB, but it's kind of fun to like drop down and run to where your base is gonna be. So anyway, that is one of the things that I like about Complex Gaming, and that's why they made the list. They have a very unique spawn and PvP sort of drop down section right at the start. It also means that if you can make it out and get things set up, you can come back and kill some noobs, which is always fun as well. But nevertheless, there you have it. Those are the top 5 faction servers in Minecraft. Starting off, we do have BreakdownCraft. Play it out BreakdownCraft.com with stack spawners, 1.8 PvP, rating, lag-free. It is awesome. Global ranks, which is very, very unique there. Then we do have Vortex PvP with their Moon faction server. You've got a printer, you've got a main PvP world, you've got a then separate world, like an asteroid world for your building. We then have MC Central, which has bounties, custom enchants, and a pretty cool shop, as well as that Outpost PvP King of the Hill style system. We have ViperMC, which is our hardcore faction server, so things are a bit more fast-paced. They've got custom kits, custom enchantments, along with a pretty active community and a ton of crates, but the thing is, you're going to have to join on 1.8.9 there. And then last but not least, we do have Complex Gaming, which is, you know, offering bounties for killing players, and it's a bit more relaxed faction server from what I can see, along with their drop-down PvP spawn, which makes things pretty cool, unique, and just overall fun. So there you have it. Those are the top 5 best faction servers in Minecraft. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. Most importantly, go play these servers. All their IPs are in the description. They're all great, so go play on them. But nevertheless, my name is Nick. This has been The Breakdown. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm out. Peace.